So, this is Atlanta traffic. It's 8:45, I think, at night, and it's packed. This is one reason why you wouldn't want to move to Atlanta. All this damn traffic, man. 9 o'clock, damn near 9 o'clock at night, and I'm just trying to get home. Can't get home because of all this traffic. Crazy, man. Oh, look. That's Atlanta finest right there. Hold on, let me see if I catch up with him. That's Atlanta's finest right there. That's real Atlanta right there. And he cut me off. That's real Atlanta right there. He riding on Dubs, 22s, I think, 24s. And he smoked weed. You can't smell that? He smoked weed. On 85. Yo, what's going on? I've done quite a few videos about Atlanta throughout the years. And I don't think that I've ever said this, you understand? But I'm gonna say it, because it's like a lot of people have moved down there. A lot of people want to move down there that haven't. And it's like, if you look at my videos, you would think that Atlanta, like going into the city, you would think that Atlanta is like this, hellhole. But the reality of it is this is my word, Atlanta is a beautiful city. I mean, it is beautiful. When you're coming down 85 and you cut around that corner, you can see from the distance on the right-hand side. I'm saying going down 85 South, you can see from the distance on the right-hand side, Buckhead. You understand? So you thinking that on the right-hand side, that's what downtown Atlanta is. Really isn't. Once you come around that corner, and you see Atlanta's downtown, you're like, wow. Atlanta is that city. It is. It beats a lot of southern cities. A lot of them. It beats Charlotte by far as the look. It is a beautiful city. Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, it's beautiful, man. Trees everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's certain areas that's, kind of dirty or whatever. But for the most part, the downtown area is nice. Buckhead definitely is nice. Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, you know what I'm saying? It's nice. Alpharetta, all up in North Fulton County is all nice. You know what I'm saying? And they're developing, like when I left, they were just now putting express lanes on Highway 400, connecting to 285. You understand? So I would never deny that Atlanta is a beautiful city, because it is. I mean, for someone that's never been to Atlanta, that, visits Atlanta, they're gonna have like the best time in their lives. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, it is that city. I'm not gonna lie. It's really hilly. Like, it has hills, and you wouldn't think. You know what I'm saying? When you think about Atlanta and Metro Atlanta, you don't think that it's like big hills. You know what I'm saying? But it's hills, and it's trees everywhere. It's just a beautiful, amazing city. The buildings, the way that they're structured and all of that, it's just a nice city. So don't get it twisted. I've made a lot of videos throughout the years talking about how bad Atlanta is. And some people may get it misconstrued, like as if I'm saying Atlanta is a bad city, like it's just tore down, it's dilapidated, it's this, is that. Yeah, there are areas that are. You know what I'm saying? If you go down South Fulton County, you know what I'm saying? South Fulton County, like East Point, College Park, the bottom of Decatur, like upper Decatur, like North Decatur, please forget about it. Nice. But going towards, the airport, all in that area, oh man, it ain't too nice. It really isn't. But North Fulton, and that's where I lived. I lived like really on Roswell Road. You know what I'm saying? Like I stayed right off of Roswell Road, and it was this bridge it was two bridges that I could have crossed over to get to Dunwoody. So I stayed within like 5 minutes into like 5 minutes away from Dunwoody. I used to go grocery shopping in Dunwoody. You know what I'm saying? That Kroger's, not the one that's off of 285, the one that's like near the right across the street from Dunwoody golf course. You know what I'm saying? Right, not too far from where the Jewish community is. For those, that are familiar with that area, you know what I'm saying? Where that skateboard park is at. I used to take my children out there. You know what I'm saying? That whole area is nice. Perimeter Mall, all of that whole area is nice. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat it. You know what I mean? But for the most part, yes, true indeed. Atlanta's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Marietta's beautiful. There's the Metro Atlanta as well as Atlanta's beautiful. It's not the cities in the surrounding area of Metro Atlanta, surrounding counties and cities that's bad. It's the people. It's the people, man. You go to Alpharetta is nice. But it's the people. So when I'm talking about Metro Atlanta, and how it's this and how it's that, in the most negative way, I'm talking about the people. If you could take the people out of Atlanta and Metro Atlanta and dump in some good people, man, Atlanta will be perfect. Straight up. Like, and this is my opinion now, I'll go as far as to say, negative the hot weather, the water, ocean, and the palm trees. And you push Miami back into, like, you know what I'm saying, into Florida, in the middle of Florida, like put it in Central Florida, man, please, Miami it wouldn't be any competition. For real. Like, Atlanta's that city. It is a beautiful place, man. You know what I'm saying? It has so many parks and just the whole landscape, and I'm talking about in good areas. I'm not talking about like in bad areas. I told you, don't fuck with South Fulton. South Fulton County is a no-go. Just being real with you. Places like Bankhead and urban areas, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain areas downtown. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? What's the name of it? Grady Hospital, all down that area. This is a no-go. You know what I'm saying? There's just a bunch of homeless people and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just a nice area. I've been to the aquarium. The aquarium is lit. I took my children there. It's the best aquarium that I've been to. You know what I'm saying? The Coca-Cola museum, I wasn't too much interested in that because I don't do, the whole soda and stuff like that. What is it? The Bicentennial Olympic Park over there where the water sprouts coming out of the ground. And my children have played in that area. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat it. And then they have Ponce de Leon, that area. And they also have a park that's not too far from Ponce de Leon. Like, it's in Ponce de Leon, the street. You know what I'm saying? It's off of it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's a park where the water things spit out of the ground, and then it's part of another park that's big, and it's an area where you can walk your dog and, just do family type stuff. I can never deny that Atlanta is the shit when it comes to the city, but the people, man, yo, if I could just take, that's my word. If I could just take all the charlatans, you know what I'm saying, charlatans. Yeah, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, charlatans, and just dump them in Atlanta, everything will be okay. Straight up. Everything will be all right. But, of course, we can't do that. But I sure as hell miss Piedmont Park, man. I sure as hell miss that joint. For real. I used to take my children there all the time. You know what I mean? And they had like free events and just festivals and things like that. I remember one time we went out there, and I just so happened to bump into the shit. Like, I didn't even know what was going on. I took the children out there to fly some kites, and they had a festival going on, and they was giving away free Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches and all that stuff. I took the fries, because we don't eat meat, so I took the fries, and I think it was like a cookie or some shit like that. They were giving out free Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I'm talking about hot and ready Chick-fil-A sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? It's always something to do at Piedmont Park. I miss that park. You know what I'm saying? There's certain parks in Marietta that people don't know about. Like, I know when I was living in Atlanta, in Metro Atlanta, well, I say Metro Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in Sandy Springs and Marietta. I knew about all of the recreational parks in Metro Atlanta and in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I knew about all of those parks. And I used to take my children. We used to just go to different parks every weekend, different parks. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I could really complain about in Atlanta is that goddamn zoo. Now, that zoo is taught from the floor up. Now, what they were doing, they was adding on the African edition or something like that when we were on our way out, moving back to Charlotte. I'm more than sure that they're done with it now, but it's still not enough space for, the animals that they have there. They had panda bears in, I know y'all can't see the room that I'm in, but they had panda bears in like in a closed area. It's just, I just really felt bad for the animals that they had there. They were just there for display, for us to look at, and they didn't seem like they were happy. You know what I'm saying? But when you go to like a zoo like Asheboro Zoo in North Carolina, they give the animals way more space than they have in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But overall, man, Atlanta's a beautiful place, man. It really is. It really is. I used to go to the Y in Alpharetta. I used to, hop back and forth, as far as dealing with different YMCAs. I used to go to the Buckhead one, the Dunwoody, and the Alpharetta one. You know what I'm saying? But I felt more at home in the Buckhead YMCA than I felt anywhere else. I used to frequent the YMCA in Buckhead and the one in Alpharetta. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It's a nice area, a nice place to live in, man. You can't beat it. The weather's pretty decent. Summers are hot. But the good thing about the summers in Atlanta, is you're gonna catch some rain. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be a lot of rain. You know what I'm saying? It'll rain a little bit and then it'll stop. But the crazy thing about it is it'll rain and then it'll get back hot and get real muggy. You know what I'm saying? But I can't complain. The only thing that I complain about is the bugs and the people. It's just that plain and simple. If we could get rid of, or if I could get rid of the people and the bugs, like them big ass cockroaches, we have them in Charlotte too, but it's really, really bad in Atlanta. If we can get rid of those, the cockroaches, the mosquitoes that's this big, what else? And yo, where I lived at, we had foxes, we had deers, big bucks, you know what I'm saying? Like real bucks. Foxes, possums, raccoons. Yeah, it's the wilderness, man, for real. You can get rid of the bugs and the possums and the foxes. You wake up one day, I'm not even lying, man. I went to go empty the trash it had to be like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. You wake up one day, man, and it's a fox like sitting there right by the trash can, like, okay, I'm gonna eat you and what you got in that bag. Straight up, I'm not even lying, man. You gotta worry about in Atlanta, you gotta worry about other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Other than, dudes trying to rob you and all of that stuff. You gotta worry about the animals too. The wildlife that's out there. Bears. Straight up. Like, I remember seeing on the news, a bear, I forgot what station it was in Atlanta. I forgot what station it was, but they were like, yeah, a bear attacked somebody. Like, and bears, like the wilderness, the animals and shit, they don't care. They don't care about people. They run up on you. You got a sandwich or some shit, they'll run up on your ass. So yeah, man, don't ever get it misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? when I talk about how bad Atlanta is, it's the people that's there. It's not so much the city. It really isn't. You know what I'm saying? And then outside of Atlanta, you know, you got Georgia and, you know, man, it's beautiful. They got waterfalls and all of that stuff. It's crazy, man. Like, the state of Georgia is beautiful. And it's the people that, it's the people that give the state of Georgia a bad name. Literally. Naming it Georgia. It's the people, man. It's the people. And I think part of the reason why racist white people don't want you down there is because they know that they have an oasis. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's just beautiful down there, man, and you can't beat it. But hear from someone else, they'll tell you about the strip clubs, the hookah lounges, the all-night parties, the DAY parties. You know what I'm saying? If you're part of the LGBTQ community, you know, they'll tell you about that area that they have right off of Piedmont. I think it's Piedmont Street or Peachtree, where the intersection is at, where they got the rainbow and you could club there. That's where everybody, you know, LGBTQ community clubs at in that area. They'll talk about how beautiful Buckhead is, and you not so much beautiful like nature wise, but you know, the buildings and all of that shit. They won't tell you about nature. They won't. You know, those type of people go to Piedmont Park when there's an event going on, you know, a concert or some shit like that. They're not really going to Piedmont Park to walk around and enjoy, you know, the nature part of it, you know, and how people are so relaxed and laid back. You know, and how you feel so comfortable being in Atlanta when you're not a minority in Atlanta. The city Atlanta. You're the majority. If you're black. They won't talk about that stuff. And this is the stuff that I want to talk about. Because that's the stuff that I miss. And that's it. I miss the nature part of it. How beautiful Atlanta is. And then I miss the whole thing of it just being like the comfortability, if that's a word. Just being like comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Of being around your own people, you know. You ain't like, there's been numerous of times that I went to, because I used to hit up I'm a vegetarian, so I got to go where the best vegetables are. And there are times where you had good vegetables in Dunwoody, and there's times when you didn't. There's times where the Kroger's, you had good vegetables in the Kroger's right off of Roswell Road, and there's times where you didn't. So I had to kind of hop back and forth around, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta and around Metro Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? So I used to go to the Kroger's. I think it's off of Piedmont Street, in Buckhead. And it wasn't nothing like, you know what I'm saying, getting out of the car. And it's like, normally like at night, you know, you'll have like about 3 or 4 squad cars like park in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's all black. And you walk past them and they're like, yo, what's up, man? I mean, like for real, like real down to earth. And then the backdrop, you know, the buildings, you know, the skyline of Buckhead, you can't beat it. You can't. It's crazy, man. And I was always motivated and inspired, you know what I'm saying, when I went in that Kroger's, because they have 2 LA Fitnesses in that area. They have one that's right walking distance in that Kroger's shopping center area, and then they have one that's right up the street on Peachtree Street, if I'm not mistaken, that's in the Target parking deck. So Target is like the lower, Target takes up the upstairs and the downstairs, and LA Fitness sits on top. I think that's how it goes. Matter of fact, that's how it goes. And man, please forget about it. Dudes and chicks used to walk up in Kroger's, and I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was always reluctant to join those LA Fitnesses, cause yo man, them dudes was walking in Kroger's like looking like straight up real models. But yeah, man, I would tell you, you know, right off the rip, you know, Atlanta's a beautiful place, man. It's beautiful people on the outside. You know what I'm saying? On the outside. Atlanta is a beautiful place on the outside. The people that live there, they're beautiful on the outside. But it's the inside that's crappy. You understand? It's the inside that's crappy. So I don't want to get into the negative aspect of Atlanta because I've covered that in so many different videos. I just had to keep it balanced on this video. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some people visit Atlanta and they say, well, what the hell? You know, they look at my videos, that subscribe to my channels, and they're like, what the hell are you talking about, Langston? I went down there, had a good time. It's a beautiful city, beautiful black people everywhere, and da-da-da-da-da. And I understand where you're coming from. Excuse me, I understand wholeheartedly. But I'm telling you, man, you gotta be down there for a couple weeks. You're only looking from the outside in. You gotta look from the inside out. Because when you do that, you know what you're gonna be doing? Videos like I'm doing, like, man, Atlanta ain't the place to be. Atlanta ain't this, Atlanta ain't that. Yo, you got a lot of negative fucking videos about Atlanta nowadays. Straight up. But yeah, man, it's beautiful for us, you know, outside looking in. Beautiful city, beautiful people. You're definitely gonna feel comfortable, you know what I'm saying, in Buckhead and downtown Atlanta, because it's people that look like you and me. You know what I'm saying? That's there. But yeah, man, it's just it gets deep. It gets deep, man, once you live there. Or once you've been there for a couple of weeks and you start seeing the realness of what the city has to offer.
Man, this is the reason why you moved to Atlanta, because of the festivals, the culture, all the beautiful black people. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why you moved to Atlanta. Other than that, outside of that, whole bunch of violence. That point blank is simple. Whole bunch of violence. And I forgot too, the food. That's another reason. Okay. Okay, man. No problem. Yeah, the food. That's another reason why you moved to Atlanta. The food. Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all get this view right here. This is the best view right here. I forgot. This is the best view right here, right here. My name is Langston 2092. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Share it. Share the video. I'm just chilling out. Just chilling. Might go ahead and take a nap. Y'all have a good afternoon, good morning, good night. Whatever time you're looking at this video. Peace.